name's Reed Wiesahan, and the country that I did for my project was Finland. So just some quick facts about Finland. It has a population of about 5.5 million people. It has a very spread out population. Like there's not many like big cities or anything, so it only comes out to about 47 people per square mile, which makes it one of the more sparsely populated countries in the whole world. They also have a very old population compared to most countries. About 17% of their population is over the age of 65. They don't have many foreigners either, so most of their population is ethnic Finnish, and only about 3.5% of the population is foreign-born people. And according to the World Happiness Report, they actually rank as the #1 happiest country in the entire world. Just a little quick fact. So some facts on their economy are that their GDP comes in at about $253 billion US dollars. That's the 2017 estimate from CIA.gov. Adjusted for purchasing power parity, it's about $244 billion, and that ranks as the 42nd largest economy on the planet. Their GDP per capita is only about $44,000, which makes it I think that comes in as 38th largest in the world, or highest in the world, which is kind of low for how highly developed of a country Finland is. And it looks like their consumer inflation right now is about 0.8%. Their unemployment is 8.6%. They use the euro for their exchange or currency, and right now that's about 0.89 euros per US dollar. They use the floating exchange rate system for their exchange rate system, and they've used this ever since 1996 because it helps out with their export sector, which helped them get out of a really bad recession that they had in the early 1990s. And then you can see that their exports and imports total for about 48% of their total GDP. So Finland, yeah, they have a pretty low GDP for how highly developed they are. They have high government spending because they have high labor costs that they need to reduce. And another thing is that they have not much opportunities when it comes to agriculture. They're about the same. They're about the same latitude as Alaska, so they're pretty far north. And yeah, so they have really harsh winters and can't really do much growing. They're highly industrialized, however, and they do a lot of manufacturing, and they're one of the main export nations of all of Europe. Now we're going to look at the different economic sectors that make up their economy. You can see most of it is services, and then industry is 27%, and only not even 3% of it is agriculture. So now this is their gross domestic product adjusted for purchasing power parity in US dollars. It starts out here in 2012 at about $258 billion, and then it rose to over 270, and then in 2015 it dropped way down to only around 230 billion, but it's slowly climbed its way back up in recent years, the last 2 years. Their consumer inflation rate has been bouncing back after it sharply went down in 2015 after they had a period of deflation. Yeah. And their unemployment rate has been going between 8 and 10%, kind of hovering around there, around 9%. And in 2015, their unemployment shot up to about 11%, which is pretty high. And then here's their exchange rate over the last 5 years. You can see it's kind of been going up. It had a period of stability here in 2014, then it went way up in 2015. And you can see here a lot of stuff is happening in 2015. They had a recession that lasted for 36 months. And this was kind of due to like a ripple effect from our recession that we had in 2008. And yeah. This is their imports, been slowly going down over the past 5 years. And then their exports kind of mirror the same pattern. They've gone down, both have gone down nearly $20 billion over the last 5 years. Now, Finland, obviously they don't have much opportunity for natural resources just because of their location, but they make up for it by being highly industrialized. They export a lot of manufactured things such as electronics and metals. They also export many chemicals that are used in agriculture and forestry. But before the 2009 recession, Finland was actually one of the best performing economies in all of Europe. And some of the economic challenges that they're facing are their older population, and some of the industries that they traditionally did well in are not doing as well in modern times. And they have a high cost of labor. And those are the sources that I used, and thank you.